Hello, Mr. Ribada.
I think she just exited. I think she's trying to rejoin.
Okay, maybe the network. What of Dr. Joy?
Dr. Joy is on, but she's muted.
Is she far away? Okay. Yeah, Mr. Ribada, you're welcome back. Can you hear me now? Hello, Mr. Ribada. Please, can you unmute, Mr. Ribada? Please unmute so that we can hear you.
Hello, sir. Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Wait, hello, Mrs. Ribada. No, your voice is
Yes,
faint. Your voice is faint. Okay, please, can you speak on and be much more audible? Over to you. When you're done with Dr. John, we talk about the so talk about today and the objective of our webinar today. Mr. Ribada, over to you.
okay. Good evening, everyone. On 3rd December 2018, the United Nations adopted with census a resolution proclaiming 24th January as International Day of Education. So, in celebrating the role of education for peace and development, the adoption of this resolution involves the International Day of Education, which was co-authored by Nigeria and 58 other member states. This is demonstrating the unwavering to support transformative action for inclusive, equitable, and quality education for all. So, doing so, the international community related that education play a key role in building sustainable and resilient society and contributes to the achievement of all others sustainable development goal. With a view to enhance international cooperation in supporting the effort towards the realization of SDG 4, Sustainable Development Goal 4, the resolution called on all stakeholders, including webinar states, organization of the UN system and the civil society, non-governmental organization, academic institution, the private sector, and so on, to observe the International Day of Education. Also, the UNESCO, which is a specialized United Nations agency for education, facilitates the annual observation of the day, that is the International Day of Education. And this reminds us that the global community education is not optional. It is essential for building inclusive, resilient, and progressive society. Each year, that is every 25th of January each year, the global observance draw attention to how education must continually evolve to respond to the challenges of our time. Last year, global theme was strengthening families through education, and this emphasizes that education goes beyond academics achievements. It highlights the role of learning in shaping values, nurturing empathy, and strengthening families and raising responsible citizens. Please, am I still on? Can we all hear me?
Yes, loud and
Yes.
clear.
Thank you. So this year, global theme is the power of youth in co-creating education. Youth makes up more than half of the global population and a powerful engine for innovation, social change, and sustainable development. Yet, many still face persistent barriers that hold them back from shaping the future they want, from poverty to inadequacy to limited access to quality education and decent work. So because of this, their lives and opportunity are directly shaped by education. Young people must be active partner in regaining how learning works as technology continues to transform the world, involving youth in co-creating education, relevant and inclusive education system is essential to ensure teaching and learning meets their aspirations. Now, building on that important reflection, 2026, that is the Real Life Mathematics International Day of Education webinar focuses on the theme Beyond the Certificate, How Education Builds Skills for Life. This theme challenges us to rethink an educational system that often celebrates paper qualification while overlooking essential life skills. In today's world, success increasingly depends on skills such as adaptability, critical thinking, collaboration, leadership, problem solving, and ethical decision making. The objective of this webinar is to shift the conversation from certificate alone to competence, character, and capacity. Through today's discussion, we aim to reframe education as preparation for life, not just examination, to help students recognize the importance of skill alongside certificates, also to support parents and educators in nurturing skill-based and value-driven learning. We also be looking at inspiring school and leaders to prioritize holistic and future-ready education. Also, the aim of today's webinar is that today's conversation is therefore a call to action, not just to individuals, not just to youth, not just to anyone, but a call to all to educate not only for academic success, but for purposeful living, responsible citizenship, and meaningful contribution to the society. Thank you. Over to you, Ms. Blessing.
All right, thank you so much, Ms. Alibaba. Thank you very, very much. That's wonderful. Ms. Mercy, where are you? Yeah, outfit. Okay. Is Dr. Joy available now? Dr. Joy?
Yes, I am, Joshua.
Oh, please quickly, so that we'll move over immediately into discussion right now.
Okay, thank you. I'm really sorry. I got problems with my device. I could not unmute, but I think I'm okay now. Thank you for this opportunity.
All right.
Yes. I was supposed to discuss about the Real Life Mathematics Initiative, so that probably the new members who have joined us are able to understand what we do and who exactly we are. So Real Life Mathematics Initiative is an educational and social improvement initiative where we leverage on mathematics beyond the classroom. And for us, we believe that mathematics is not just about exams. Rather, we take it as a tool for life, for leadership, and for nation building. So our core belief or our philosophy, we believe that education and especially mathematics should shape decision making, build problem solving capacity among the learners, develop responsibility and character, and it should also be able to prepare students for real life challenges and not just for certificates, just like we have been told. So for us to achieve this, we do several initiatives where we normally have school-based programs. We have teacher empowerment and excellence celebrations, which we actually do almost every year. We have student mentorship, leadership development, community outreach and advocacy, media engagement and policy conversations. And for those who are from Nigeria, I'm sure you've seen Joshua. He has been very active on the national television, talking a lot about mathematics and policy. So for us, we intentionally connect mathematics to life skills, to peace building, gender equity, and to social responsibility. Now, we have over time seen a lot of impact through our initiatives, and we have been able to have several events throughout the years. For instance, we have been having teacher excellence celebrations. We have been having student empowerment and mentoring programs. We have had several book donation sessions, and especially in some schools in Nigeria. We have several advocacy programs against gender-based violence. We have had several international webinars like this one that we have today, and many global conversations. So we have seen a lot of positive impact through our initiative, the Real Life Mathematics. Now, today our signature concept is responsible learners, not responsible, but responsible. So when you talk about responsible learners, we are talking about learners who are able to apply the knowledge of mathematics and education to real life problems, learners who can think critically and ethically, and learners who can contribute positively to the society and to the national development. Those are our responsible learners. And you see that links very well with our today's webinar, which aligns perfectly with our mission. And today we are shifting focus from certificates to skills, from content to values, from schooling to purpose-driven learning. And as such, at Real Life Mathematics Initiative, we don't just teach mathematics. We use mathematics to build lives, to foster peace, and to have a better society. And with that introduction of who we really are, I want to welcome you all to this great celebration of the International Day of Education. Most welcome, and let us engage. Thank you very much. Over to you, Joshua.
Wow, this is great. Thank you, Dr. Joy. Please, can we give him a reaction from the house? That's wonderful, Dr. Joy, all the way from Kenya, all the way from Kenya. Yes, so this is a Pan-African project. I want to say a very big thank you, a very big thank you. Now, quickly, because of want of time, because we have already programmed our time, though we started behind schedule, but all the same, we thank God. So we have, to do justice, to help us to navigate today's topic, we have powerhouse that is filled with a lot of panelists. Like I said, that the webinar is a panelist style of webinar. We have people cut across from the students themselves, who are the receivers. We have someone from the JS2 class. She is going to talk. We also have someone from PMB school. It's a free school who is also going to talk. And we also have someone that is from, that has just finished College of Education. Just finished from the College of Education in the Department of Mathematics. He's also going to talk. We have a Parent-Teacher Association chairman, also, who is also a legal personnel. She'll be here. We also have someone who is also a politician. I think currently she's a female, and I think she's currently also vying for a position within AMAC in Nigeria, FCT Abuja. And we also have someone from a retired director from Department of Quality Assurance. Then we have Professor Jayola in our midst, the Professor of Mathematics, Applied Maths. He is also here to give us direction. Someone is raising up hand. Dr. Hassan, yes, you can go ahead, though it is not time for question, but then I will allow you. Yes, you can go ahead for the moment. Dr. Hassan, you're raising up your hand there. Okay, maybe it's a mistake. Okay, now quickly, I'll be calling on our panelists first. I don't know, is Dureke in the house? Is she in the house? The student, yeah, welcome. Yeah, Dureke is a student of junior secondary school, Wuse Zone 3, Abuja,
Yes.
Nigeria. Yeah,
Yes, good
yeah.
afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you, sir.
Good. I suppose you are all ready for
Yes,
this webinar.
yes, sir.
Thank you. All right. The world is listening to you. Please just compose yourself, all right? And then you talk to us. Okay. I just have some few questions for you.
Okay, sir. I'm
All
listening.
right. But before I go ahead, can you please introduce yourself by yourself? Right now, give us your full name and your school and your class. Quickly.
O- Okay, my name is Audrey Odigodureki, and I am from GSS State Zone 3.
All right. Right. Can you keep your camera in a place, please? Make it stable. Then let's see your face. Let's have it. Uh, yes, we want to see you. Make it stable. Stabilize it. Stabilize it. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. All right. All right. You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Now, being a student of junior secondary school, um, okay. Many students, of course, I know you have seen them, or ones that you have interacted with, they worry about their future in various ways, their future finance, and also well-being. If you could change one thing about your class, to better prepare you as a student who is now learning, to earn a living and avoid poverty, what would that be?
I would like schools to teach us practical skills, how to use computers, learn a trade, or manage. This will help us earn income even if we do not get a job immediately.
Okay, that's great. That's great. Now to our audience, please, I want us to know that all we have a target for the year, and all our webinar this year is channeled into using everything to we are trying to alleviate poverty. And we talk about poverty, it's not just absence of money, but it could be absence of several other things. You know, lack of knowledge too can as well contribute to that. So that is why we are doing what we are doing this evening. Okay, thank you so much, uh, Miss Dureke. Now, I know that you are a very bright student, and you would love to have at least A in your math class and in every other subject. But beyond getting an A grade in your subject, uh, can you share a time where something that you learned within the school actually helped you solve a problem, whether at home, probably within the community? Is there any such time?
Yes, sir. I learned
Please, yeah, yeah,
how,
share with us.
okay. I learned how to add, subtract, and measure in school, and it helped me at home. I used it to help my parents count money, measure things like when cooking, so that nothing is wasted or overused.
Seriously. Wow. Wow. That's great. That's great. Thank you so much. That's great. Uh, I feel proud that like a teacher that what I'm teaching is using it at home. Okay, I see. Now, last question for you. And immediately I'm done with you, I will be switching over to Mr. Pascal. Mr. Pascal, please, I hope you're here. You can unmute and indicate, let me be sure that you are within the call. Okay. Uh, Now back to you, Mr. Dureke. You see many of your seniors, they graduate with certificates, but most times they just stay at home, without jobs. Does this make you afraid of your future?
Yes, make me
And does
fine.
it does? It does?
Yes, it does.
Ah, wow. So now, what is the one thing that you would like to learn today that will give you the confidence, that what you're learning will help you to escape, scarcity or poverty.
I want to learn a skill that I use to make money, like digital skills, technical,
Okay.
small business ideas. This will give me the confidence not for.
Oh, that's wonderful. Wow. Thank you so much. I love your point. That's great. That's great. I still want you to stay at the call because probably I may check other impromptu questions, do you? Or you just have to follow on and then you learn more. Okay? Thank you so
Okay.
much. Thank you so much. All right. Great. Now, Mr. Pascal, over to you. I think I saw you. Yeah, you're already on the call. Please, can you unmute? How are you today, Mr. Pascal?
I'm fine. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Thank you. I've been our follower since last year. Wow.
Yes.
I want to say a very big thank you for being part and parcel of this. I'm going to ask you that you become much more part of real life mass. But that we'll talk about this after now. Wow. Mr. Pascal, do you have anything to say concerning these few questions that I asked little Mrs. Dureke Wisdom
No, 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 no. I don't have anything. But
to add to that?
I
Okay,
don't have anything.
you don't have anything. Okay, I have a question for you. I saw one of your this thing. I think you vie for someone, but for something within when you were before you graduated. I don't know whether is it SUG chairman or something else. What was it?
I'm currently the faculty president of
Sorry, I
faculty of
can't hear you. Okay, so the departmental. All right, that's great. That's great. That's great. Sorry, I don't know whether it's my network or your voice. It's not clear to me. I don't know about others. Can you be a bit audible, please?
okay.
Now,
The faculty
Good.
president, faculty president.
yeah, it comes and then it goes. Can you just introduce yourself quickly? Then I give you the question that is meant for you.
Good evening to everybody. My name is
Aha.
my name is Elijah Sunday, but most people know as Pascal Mathematics, the faculty president of education at the university.
Wow, you're highly welcome. I think you should get the mic a bit, or get closer to the mic so that this thing is recorded and we are having a global audience. Please, so that we can truly hear you. Okay, thank you. Now, Mr. Pascal, from your experience as a mathematics education graduate, I suppose you have seen a lot of things. What gaps in the teacher training that most limit teachers' ability to build problem solving, critical thinking, and confidence in learners?
Please, the question.
Should I
Please.
repeat?
Yes.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I say from your experience as a mathematics education graduate,
Yes.
what gaps in teacher training that most limit teachers' ability to build problem solving and critical thinking and as well as confidence in learners?
Okay. One of the gaps is we have one weak and poorly monitored teaching practice. Weak. One. Number 1 point is weak and poorly monitored teaching practice. In the sense that teaching practice is always short in Nigeria. If you can check, the maximum is always 4 to 5 months teaching practice in Nigeria. So the interval is very, very short for teaching practice. And the lecturers in school, I'm using 300 level student as a practical example. I hope everybody is following me.
Yeah. Yes, you can go ahead.
Okay. I'm using 300 level student as a practical example. Most of them, they use what we call a lecture-based method. Lecture-based method. Then, in the sense that there is a difference between secondary school and university. In the secondary school level, we don't use what we call a lecture-based method in teaching student mathematics. One of the problems we have is the weak and poorly monitored teaching practice. The lecturer don't go to schools because they normally assign students to schools. So this lecturer, they don't go to school to check what these students are doing in school. They don't check what the students are doing in school. And two, and the students, they don't have what we call, they have what we call insufficient depth of mathematical understanding. They don't have that full knowledge. I'm using mathematics as an example. They don't have that insight about mathematics. They don't have the full knowledge about mathematics. So this thing, the problem we have now is that one is the weak and poorly monitored teaching practice, and two, that these students sent out to school, they have insufficient depth of mathematical understanding. Another one we have is little training in learners' psychology and mathematical anxiety. Then what brings to that is fear of mathematics. Most of them that are fear Most of them, they have this fear about mathematics and low confidence. Low confidence. So please, what my gaps there is three: poor monitor teaching practice and insufficient depth of mathematical understanding. And three is little training in learner psychology. So please, they should train teachers to normalize struggle and the mistakes, and they make use of mistake productively.
Okay, to make use of mistake productively. Wow, that is great. Thank you so much for your wonderful contribution to this, Mr. Pascal. So I will still come back to you later, please. Still be on the call. I want to switch over to little Mrs. Udetuku Onyebuchi. Is she in the call right now?
Yes, sir.
All right. How are you doing today?
I'm very good.
You're welcome. I hope you're glad to be today's webinar.
Yes, sir.
Okay, if you wouldn't mind, I would like to see your face. Is that okay? Oh, beautiful. You're looking very beautiful. What a beautiful, intelligent girl. Ah, Udetuku Onyebuchi is a student of Platinum Billionaire Minds. It's a free school. And currently, she is the current Senate President of the 2024-2025 of the school. He recently won the 2025 Abuja Reading Marathon competition, and she currently serves as a member of the World King's Parliament at the Block World. She's also the current head of Department of Legal Department as an intending legal practitioner in view. Wow. She also went to the Store National Assembly before the members of the House of Representatives speaking about the right of children. She was part of the participants who spoke on the right of children at the Cardiff Africa Children's Day. Here we have little Miss Udetufu Onyebuchi. You are welcome.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. All right, now I have a question for you. Miss Udetufu,
Yes, sir.
I know you're such an intelligent girl. But beyond getting an A in your subject, can you share that is there any time that you have used what you've learned in school at home?
Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
You're
I've learned a lot.
welcome.
I've learned a lot. I'm going to be talking about four. I've learned a lot about education, service, and also our general subjects, mathematics and English. So under savings, our director will say that we should save because it can help us with aspects of life. Also,
Okay,
certificate that
can you put the mic closer to your mouth so that we can hear you?
there was a
All right.
fateful day that my parents were not around, so it's my favorite time of life. Bought some ingredients in the supermarket and we decided to eat together. That is the reward of saving. And with the mathematics, our parents mathematics on how to do financial statements and budgeting for businesses. With the English, I learned on how to communicate with people in my environment that are non-English communicators because they thank you, sir.
Okay.
I think I've
Thank.
answered number one question.
All right. Thank you. But extra, please, I would like you to be close to the mic so that we can hear you, and this is also being recorded so that when we are listening over it, we can hear what you're saying. Okay. You are making a very valid point. Thank you so much,
All
Mrs.
right, sir.
Little Miss Udetufu. All right. Now over to the next question. You know that some of your mates and also you may have met some others that worry about their future. Do you have any worries about your future?
I don't have it because of what I normally learn in my school.
You don't have.
Yes, sir.
Great. I love that. Wow. Okay. That's great. Okay. Now, okay, if you don't have, okay.
Yes, sir.
But do you think you can change anything within your classroom to help better, prepare you for the future?
Okay, sir. For me, I can't say some others just get to different classes in some areas
Sorry.
of life. But you can only add some subject to it. And as a student of Platinum Banana Free School, we are being taught financial intelligence on a daily basis. So the subject that you can add is financial intelligence. What is financial intelligence? Financial intelligence is a subject that teaches about finance and also help you to correct some errors in making of money. And it deals with investments, assets and liability, personal finance and budgeting, managing debt and credit, building health and achieving financial stability. I'm only going to focus on investment and asset and liability. Investment. It is an art of investing money to someone business. Investment does not only deal with money but also deals with your time and your value. I will give an instance. If you want to study outside the country, if you want to go outside the country to study medicine, you invest like 4 hours of your time in your book, and when the result come as and when the result come out, it will bring a successful outcome. That is what also investment. You invest in your life, you invest in and also invest your time into whatever you are doing. Okay, if you go to a school and you don't have money to support them, you can also invest the value you have, invest the value of honesty, teach them how to be honest, how to be diligent, how to be truthful in anything you do. That is also investment. With this, it can also help students, teenagers and youth in creating things they want to do in their life. Now let's move to assets and liability. What is assets? Asset is what brings money for you and liability is also what takes money in from you. Now your car is an asset if you use it as a public drive, and your car is also a liability when you use it as a personal use. How? When you are using your car to charge, you know that you take money from your pocket to buy some fuel. So with the passengers that are coming into the car to get to a certain destination, they're also replacing it with what you have taken out of your pocket to buy fuel. That is an asset. Your liability, if you are using your car for your personal use, it's taking away money from you and you are not replacing it by somebody else. So let's use a house also. A house is also an asset if you put it on rental. It's an
Wow,
asset
thank
if you
you.
put it on rental without renovating it. Yeah?
Wow. Wow, thank you so much, Miss Little. You're sharing your stuff, and that's wonderful. Thank you. I have to cut you here so that we can also. Don't worry, still be on the call. I'm going to come back to you. Okay, you're really wonderful. You're really wonderful. I'm enjoying this. I'm sorry I have to cut you a little bit, but I'm going to come back to you. I want to switch over a little bit to the prof in our prof in the house. Please, Prof.
Yes, I'm online.
Yes, sir. You heard what little Mrs. Udetuku speaks about. Say, if there should be any addition within the subjects that should be taught in the school, it should be financial intelligence. Now, growing up as an African, we are not taught as children to hold money. You know about that. So, what do you have to say? Then, how does mathematics come into this play?
Well, as a result of our culture in Africa, we don't allow, generally speaking, we do not allow children, kids especially, to be in possession of money because we have the belief that it might hinder seriousness towards education. But we've seen some children, some less privileged children who have to support their parents in business, in person trading, who have to handle money, and they do well. They do. So at times, situation and circumstances in life may compel to make children need to go through what normally we don't want them to go through. I'm not surprised with the words coming from our kid, our girl. She's from the Platinum Billionaire Mind School. I'm familiar with the operation of that school, and if you look at their syllabus, it's something to really ponder upon. And again, this comes to tell us that we need to upgrade our synopsis, syllabus, topics to be taught so that they can bring out the best in the life of our children, pupils in school. Thank you. Mr. Joshua?
Okay, sorry, I didn't know that I'm muted. All right, thank you so much, Prof. Thank you, sir, and also thank you for always making yourself available. Before I switch over to the next person, how can mathematics help out in all of these that you have mentioned, sir?
Yes. We need to do a re-engineering of mathematics for financial numeracy and wealth logic. Like one of the young ones spoke earlier on, the first speaker, the first panelist, to see an interest in engaging in one tool or the other. So we really need to take due advantage of we need children using with the aid of mathematics calculation through probability statistics, okay, capital growth through percentages. These are some of the topics that we teach at the higher primary level and junior secondary school. Sequences, exponential models, cost, benefit analysis, and things like that. Students calculate loan interest, business profit margins, investment risk, household budget. Mathematics just being abstract. As a mother, there are some things you tell your children to do, your daughter to do on your behalf. Okay, begin to write it down. I want to buy the service set of this in the market. You give her the idea of the prices and you let her know that sum it up, and after summing it up, probably using something like 10,000 naira, then currency, and you have just 8,000 naira. So rather than you thinking on how to strategize, why don't you allow your young daughter to think for you? From there, you begin to make them inquisitive. So we need to begin to expose our children, okay, some of these life challenges. From there, they can apply the mathematics or arithmetic they have been taught to. Mathematics is also a weapon against poverty. Poverty is not just the lack of money, it's a lack of practical power, poor pricing decision, poor financial planning, poor risk assessment, poor resource allocation. You see some people, excuse me, who are poor, claim to be poor, but you see them wasting money on some other things. They do not know how to prioritize what they do in life. But with the aid of mathematics, sequences, and theory, we can teach them on how to prioritize in life and how to even do modeling. I mean, very simple modeling. Modeling for local market prices and demand, optimize farming yields,
Oh,
all right,
okay.
analyze transaction costs and things like that. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Prof. Thank you so much. That's a wonderful submission. Quickly, I'll be moving over to. Uh, I've been keeping a director and the wait. Apologies, sir. Apologies, sir. I'll be moving over to the former director, quality assurance. These are the gatekeepers. So, good evening, sir. Please, if you're on the call, can you respond?
Good evening. Good evening, Mr.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you for making yourself available this evening, honestly. Thank you. Quickly, so that I know that very soon you'll be going for your prayers. Sir, you have had our students, we have had prof, we have also had, we have had their submission. Now, being a former director of quality assurance, we often measure school quality by exam pass rates. Now, if you have to measure poverty alleviation readiness, instead, how would our current schools rank? And then what needs to be changed in our inspection checklist?
All right. Thank you very much. First of all, let me address the topic of the webinar. I want to let us bear in mind that when we talk of certificate and we talk of skills, we seem to create the impression that there's a conflict between having certificate and having skills. I think we need to really change our mindset from that perception. There is nothing
Okay.
wrong with certificate because up to now, we have not been able to get something that can represent the level of training required have to that certificate. So certification is key. What we need to also share in mind is to be able to define clearly what we mean by skill. Well, most people think of skill until recently from the point of view of vocational and technical skills, which is concrete, which is and which is also certificated. The skill that is critical to knowledge today, that needs to be added to knowledge to give the children the whole school experience and to be able to have real life experiences and to move forward, are the soft skills, the life skills, which unfortunately you cannot certificate. So this is the bridge we need to kill. How do we infuse the teaching of these skills into our regular classes? By the conduct of the teachers, by methodology, by technology. I had the gentleman from the student leader there speak, and his point is very valid. Teaching practice as a method of practical teaching experience for students of education in Nigeria is of no value. I'm sorry to use that word. It is hardly even done. And that is the point at which teachers are supposed to see how the student teachers demonstrate their knowledge of what they have learned. So we have teachers now in the classrooms who were not even sure of the knowledge and the style. But beyond that, life skill, communication, respect for diversity. This young lady is talking about financial literacy and all that. These are things that they don't have to stand on their own on the curriculum, but every teacher is supposed to be prepared to infuse, to integrate these things into the knowledge of teachers by connecting their learning with the outside world, with real life experiences, which again, unfortunately, is short. Now, going to specific questions about using poverty index in schools. Again, we don't need to, I'm sorry to say, try to place knowledge of poverty or how to manage poverty on the scale in our schools. Every subject has its focus, and all of them together should be given the knowledge they give and the skills they are supposed to imbibe to get the children at the level at which poverty is not an issue. They need to employ themselves and employ others and all that. But again, we're not doing that very well. So our school is not preparing the students for sustainable life after education. Graduates cannot employ themselves. So what of secondary school learning? So that is where, so we should be able to have a system where even if you read medicine, you should be able to manage a farm or other things, which is not there. We have school system. We have schools in Nigeria before now where the students bake their bread, they manage the kitchen, the dining hall. But today they don't even have that privilege. So the practical aspect of the life skills are not being taught. Teachers are more worried about finishing their skill, finishing their lessons in a 40-minute period and all that. So they have limited opportunities of actually doing what they do if they really want to. I've seen teachers struggle to really manage their period, manage their lessons with the aim of giving the knowledge and giving the children the practical application of this. They're suffering. So that takes me to the last point about what needs your inspection. Again, sorry, we don't inspect any longer, we evaluate. The problem we have is, again, let us look. I don't mind about the curriculum. Are we really realistic? Insisting that every lesson must be 40 minutes. That, for me, that we have to look at that as a country. Because if a teacher is to teach the content, use the methods available to encourage discussion, to encourage debate, and to even apply this in real life, 40 minutes is not enough. So that is one. So an inspection, the evaluation thing again is schools should not rely on external evaluation alone. Every school should have a system in place that can ensure their own self-evaluation. Over and above the minimum standard by the country, every school should have its own standard. What is their standard for teaching mathematics? What are teachers expected to do if they are in the mathematics class? For instance, so if they are there for the school, then the school should be able to monitor what teachers are doing or not doing as far as their own policy is concerned, as long as these are not in contrary distinction from the national one. So the one thing that is missing in many schools from the point of view of evaluation is that is the lack of internal self-evaluation in many schools. And like I said, if we go beyond the certification, as we must emphasize, we must allow teachers. There are many teachers who are creative. I see them. But they are not given the opportunity, they are not given the time, so they are not even given the resources to make the students see that aspect there. We are focusing on robotics and ICT. There are quite a lot of other skills that students can learn without having even to use any gadget. Today we have a problem with empathy, with communication, with emotions. What are we doing about communication? What are we doing about diversity? How are students being taught to respect each other's values and to respect diversity? How are we doing that? So for me, having a certificate is a good thing, but you can have a child with a certificate that says he has A, but when you look at his character, it's a 0. It's an E there. That's the bridge. That's the bridge we need to bridge. The gap we need to bridge. So our students should know that They are supposed to have the capacity to really match what they have learned with what the society expects them to be. So the issue of poverty in school, I don't. If the knowledge is done, we can do it. But today, like I told somebody this morning, I don't see how a fresh graduate can get employment anywhere easily. So they need these skills to prepare themselves to be on their own, which of that employment. And even the ones who get employed, we see how employers struggle to refine them to become the real workers that we need. Thank you very much. This is the interjection I can do for now.
Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you. So this is. I don't know how to express myself. All I can say is thank you. This is well loaded. Now, you talked about some soft skills. Dr. Joy, are you there? Let me diversify now. Dr. Joy Muteje, are you there? All right, thank you so much. How can maths be used to teach soft skills like communication? You had the former director, what he said. Is it possible to use mathematics to teach something like communication? And you talk about relationship. Is that possible?
Yeah, yes, Joshua. Mathematics, mathematics is a universal language. We can actually use
Okay.
to teach anything that we want learners to learn. Like you have had the young ones talking, and the young girl was talking about the way she was taught to count, and she has used that at home. So the same way, when she's using that mathematics to cook, to measure, she's not doing that quietly. She's talking with the siblings, and she's even teaching the siblings that this is how we do it. We want to make rice. These are the number of cups that we use of water, the number of cups of rice. This is how we make it. These are the ratios. You see, all that is mathematics, and it comes together because you cannot do mathematics in isolation. Everything that we do in mathematics, it has to be spoken. Mathematics is a language, and therefore, in everything that we do, whether it is like we talked about even peace building, how do you use the mathematics? When you're calling for that baraza to discuss about peace and all that, and you're talking about the numbers, how many people have been killed in the skirmishes, and what is happening, all that is mathematics. Actually, mathematics is a language, and it is a universal language. It can be used for anything and everything that we would want to use it for. Thank you, Joshua.
Wow, thank you so much. Prof, do you have anything to say as regard to this also, please?
Yeah, just like Dr. just said, there are some notions and concepts in math that go in line with communication. For example, we talk of mapping, function. So we have one manner of mapping some functions. All you need to do is just to track down of communication you are interested in, and that will tell you the. For example, we talk of the Google map. Like it's able to take you all around, all across the world, moving from one place to the other, the possible links between one point and the other. So we have so many functions, and people are doing serious research. Various ones like mapping from depending on the kind of space you are considering as abstract spaces, and which you can always try to some basis in real life with conditions placed on them. Okay, now we talk about an increasing function, decreasing function, budget of all kinds of things. And these are things that are taught even up to in the first year of university to the second year. And most of the things that are used aspect of mathematics that are used in artificial intelligence, machine learning, they are just basic things in the undergraduate levels.
All right, thank you so much, Prof. Thank you so much. I don't know if Mr. Shali is still available. Is he still available? Are you still available, sir? the Senior Director of Quality Assurance. Just one more before you go, please, if you're available. If you're available, please. Okay. All right. I don't know. Is Mrs. Linda in the call? Please, are you in the call? Okay. Do we have Mrs. Oga? Are you in the call? All right. I think our time is going down. So let's not keep anyone waiting. Now, I'm going to call back to us. I don't know. Is Mr. Nelson? Are you in the call, Mr. Nelson?
Yes, I'm around. Yes, I'm around.
Oh yeah. Thank
Can
you
you
so
hear me?
much. Yeah, I love to hear your voice. You know about that. So how's Kenya today?
It's very warm, very warm. Temperatures are not very comfortable. Yeah, they're extremely warm. Joy might be able to testify of the same. It's very
Oh,
hot.
that's okay.
But I'm happy about the discussion so far.
Yeah.
I would probably add just a few things.
Good.
As part of the answers to the questions that you have shared with a few of the participants here, and of course I appreciate those who endeavored to answer as much as they could. Indeed, our friend Hassan, I think, mentioned that people who have studied mathematics seem not to find a clear bearing as to what to do after they have had graduate studies in mathematics. I noted that. I also noted that those who eventually employ them find it very difficult to sharpen them to actually deliver on the jobs that they trust them to deliver. I would say that I have had a few experiences with some doctors of statistics. I have had some experiences with teachers of mathematics. I have had comments made from some lecturers that teach other things than mathematics. And I would say that the beginning point is always the most important point. If we are to know what mathematics is, then we would know how to relate it to some other areas of learning. And we would actually discover that mathematics is critically important. When you look at the history of money, and I want to believe that economics can provide you with the philosophy of money, then you will come to the understanding that paper money had its origins. Paper money had its origins. And if you look at the economics definition of money, you will discover that it is an item that is acceptable first and foremost, which is portable, but which also is scarce, but which is divisible as well, which also is durable, which is homogeneous. Now, if you look at those properties, you see that you have completely broken down money into its acceptable components, which when you put all of them together, you have money. Furthermore, when you are looking at electronic commerce, one of the things that you discover is that if you go to your bank account, what you see there is not cash naira. You just see a figure. Now, a figure is what you see. It actually says, if you
Jesus
wanted to take
Christ.
away this much, this is what you can take. All right? But you can never take more than that unless with agreement from your bankers. Now, what is important for a mathematician is the ability to innovate. That means to come up with something that is acceptable generally, to come up with something that is portable, to come up with something that can be described as scarce, to come up with something that is durable, to come up with something which is divisible, but which also is homogeneous. So the idea is to think. Now, you cannot think
Yes,
unless,
sweetie.
okay, think productively. And,
Okay, I'm going to come. I'm
okay, there was somebody talking. So, all right. So it's difficult to divorce logical thinking from mathematics. So if you start engaging people, Joy talked about the language of mathematics, and I am glad that there are a few people who have studied mathematics and who can present every statement that they can make in mathematics, every English statement, every Yoruba
yeah,
statement,
baby.
every Igbo statement they can make. They can actually make it in mathematics. They can have a mathematical equivalent of those statements. Therefore, we are saying that it's possible to logically think about innovating in the area of money, so that where there is no money, we can create something called a community that can accept some money which we can define for them. Like we are
All
talking
right,
about a economic.
all right. Thank you, Mr. Nelson.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your contribution. Thank you so much. All right. Because I can see the other two speakers now, our time is almost going. Thank you for that.
Yeah,
Mrs.
you
Linda,
can
please.
go ahead. Good evening.
The barrister. Good evening, ma. Thank you so much for bringing out your time. She is the chair lady of
Yeah,
our modern teacher
what
association.
I achieved in a very short while. I
Yeah.
must appreciate you and thank you for this meeting and this innovation, and also thank all the participants here present and those who have left the platform. It's a golden opportunity for all of us to be here to put our heads together and put our minds together and our experiences together in order to encourage this one auspicious gathering. Actually, I'll chip in by saying that we should train the trainers. Some of the teachers in mathematics or statistics, they are not really trained and upgraded. Some of them are not going for continual maybe lectures or lessons or training to upgrade themselves, because you must know what you are going to teach the children in the classroom. So the government or all the stakeholders involved, even parents, should put their hands on the deck and they should put their minds together to train the trainers. That is one. Again, we should make our future leaders, these children, to think outside the box. They should think that mathematics, because when we were coming up, we were meant to understand that mathematics is a very difficult subject. That in fact, some lecturers or some teachers who enter the classroom and make it categorically clear that it is not negotiable that you know mathematics, that it is a very difficult subject. Please, our trainers should bring it home to our children to make them feel more relaxed and at home, that if they can pass English language, pass chemistry, physics, biology, pass literature in English and history, all courses, they can equally pass mathematics. Mathematics is not first range or it is not an online course as it is. You should bring it home. Make them understand what you're teaching them. If it means coming down very low for them to pick up, it will be better for the nation, better for the parents, and better for the children. Again, I think like your topic said, it should go beyond the certificate. It is not only getting A1, A2. Some of these A1, A2 are cram jobs. They are cram work. And when it comes to practical aspect of it, you find them wanting and lagging behind. Again, skills and vocational innovation should be actually encouraged. Whatever you are, whatever you're teaching your children or our students, we should also teach them skills. They can learn mechanics, they can learn other things. That is the only way that the future will not be scary. Sorry, I don't want to take too much of your time. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me here.
Wow, you just made a very wonderful, wonderful contribution. Thank you so much for this. Wow, someone is raising up hand. Yes, Aleri, please. What do you have to say?
I want to. My name is Khalil. I want to add to what you just said now.
Okay.
Aside training, aside this train the trainers, every teacher should know that you are representing yourself. You are representing your name. Even if your school is not doing anything much to train you, try to train yourself.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Try to better yourself because it is you. It is you. It is your name. Some teachers will come in front of the student and they cannot even present themselves well. How do you want me as a student to see you?
That's true.
So let us all learn to better ourselves. If I'm a graduate of mathematics from University of Ibadan, I should be able to go to any university and tell them I can do this, I can do that. But when we are all graduates of a university and we all study mathematics and we cannot do the same thing, we cannot teach the same thing, something is wrong somewhere. We should find a way to better ourselves. That's what I'm trying to say now. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much for your contribution.
Yeah,
Wow.
Richmond is in
Thank
the
you
house.
so much, Mr. Lero. Honestly, I'm so grateful for your contribution. Thank you so much. Yes. You're welcome. Yes, yeah, ready to say it. Yeah, Afan, yeah, you were looking up your hands for quite a number of. Yeah, please. Can you say something now quickly?
Yes, thank you so very much.
Dr. Hassan. I think your line is breaking.
Yes, thank you so much. Good evening, sir.
Oh, good evening, Doc. It's a pleasure having you around.
Long, wanting to join this program, but I was opportune today by God Almighty to join this program. I'm happy. There's something that I want there's something.
I don't know whether it's sorry. I don't know whether it's a network. Your line is breaking.
Oh, maybe probably. Is it okay?
Okay, can you speak now?
Hello. Hello. Now.
Okay. Not really. Not really.
Okay, maybe you can.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Go ahead now. Go ahead now.
Okay. Morning. I think the evening when we are talking about education. You see, if you check vividly, when you check, especially within Nigeria, people are trying or running away from education, and kept saying, run away from education. Who will be the people that is going to teach the people that are going to pilot the affairs of every other sector, every other activities, every other thing as far as this nation is concerned? That is our part. Because if you check all these private universities that is finding up from every state now in Nigeria, go and check. You will never see where they are saying, come and study education. You will not see any educational process there. So who will be the people to come and teach those people? We don't know. We are still trying to find out. That is one. Secondly, we are talking about mathematics. Even mathematics, go to check. Running away from mathematics. We don't know what is the problem. Because mathematics to me is one of the simplest subjects that one should be able to do one or two things. And mathematics is the daily activities. These are the things we do every day. These are the things we encounter with every day on our activities and whatever we are doing. But you see that I go to mathematics department, you see limited number of students. You see 2 students, 3 students, 4 students, 5 students. And even in secondary schools, many of our students don't even have, students in secondary school, they don't have the zeal, they don't have the intention of learning. Only few of them have that intention. But I believe when we were in secondary school, I knew what happened, I knew how we were, how and how we have passion for mathematics during our days in secondary schools. So these are the four things that we together and make an impact and let people know, especially many people are still considering mathematics as one of the okay, this to do that this subject is not even difficult in the first instance. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Doc. Thank you so much, Doc. Udetuku, okay, yeah, listen up. Just hold on. Let me see Udetuku. Is Mrs. Oga around? Our final speaker, panelist, is she around here? Please, if you are within the call, can you notify me, please? Okay. Yes, Dr. Udetuku, yeah, what do you have to say? I could see your hand is up. Okay. Oh, all right. I think we are 3 minutes beyond time right now. Yes, Mr. Richmond, I can see your hand. Can you, if you have any contribution to make to this, please you can go ahead and make. Before you do that, I want us to understand one thing. For real life mathematics, our philosophy is that everyone is a mathematician, and also just like Doc has said, Dr. Hassan, just like what you contributed. Okay, you know, when you're dealing with problem solving, you try to find out what are the root cause. You look at the lower level, which is where I teach. Discover one of the questions that student ask is who must help. Yeah, you know, so they use different adages, mass na scam, all those. I don't know about other African countries, those that are listening, but they have a kind of just seeing the future, their future. They did say mathematics in their future, and that's one of the purposes of what real life mathematics initiative. Why we are doing what we are doing. So that's why we use maths to help people see that, and also not just that. Our vision is to raise responsible, that is, student learners that can respond to problem within their vicinity using their knowledge of maths. You know, so that this will now bring them closer to understand the applicability of mathematics even from a young age. So this is part of why we are doing our advocacy and enlightenment. And we talk about train trainers. These are also part of the things that are within our what we are doing, so that we can come together. Dr. Hassan, I would love to see you also be part of the team. I know you have tried most times to join. All right, thank you so much, Dr. Hassan. Mr. Richmond, your hand is up. Yes, what do you have to say?
Okay, thank you so much for that quick brief. My name is Richard Johnson. First of all, I will talk about the mathematics. Thank God, thank you for that short talk on what has been going on in the meeting. Okay, myself particularly, I'm a mathematician, and encouraging people, students.
Great.
Yeah, I had top scores when it comes to mathematics, and sometimes my children wonder when I calculate with speed without having to use a calculator or whatever. So, but
I
what
love
mathematics, yeah,
Richmond. I love that.
okay, what mathematics does, it helps, as you said, solve problems, both in the when problems of life comes in, math is very efficient or necessary to calculate your way out, either out of scarcity, poverty, and calculate yourself into prosperity. Most people don't understand that mathematics is the next gate to your prosperity. That money you'll be looking for. What is a mathematical approach to increase your money? Or, if you don't have the understanding, you may end up losing whatever that you have. So math is necessary in all areas. People who write codes and programs, design applications, without the maths knowledge, they can't achieve that because it's a whole lot of calculations. Even taking a speech to talk to people, you need a mathematical calculation to know the exact number of words or
Use,
type
yeah.
of words or kind of words that you give to. So it's a whole ball game. Math is necessary, but the question is, some people see it as a difficult subject to attain. Now, I understand that, look, this is a problem. I study my children also. Initially, they were very bad in mathematics, and I encouraged them. Repetition is a thing that gets you to, if the human brain is designed to adapt to any situation, if the human brain is designed to adapt, then we infuse repetition. That what I mean by repetition. If a particular formula is difficult for you to solve, so I tell them try to solve this one particular formula like 100 times. Before you know, the brain will adapt to start finding the roots or whatever it is. Now, why am I saying this? We developed an application we call my schoolbook dot is a site, you can go to it, myschoolbook.net. Now you see all mathematical classes and whatever it is and every other subject have been digitized. So I got teachers to teach these subjects, all the scheme of work when it comes to primary, secondary. I've not gotten into university yet, to put them in videos and put them in the application. The whole essence is that the student is given an opportunity to look at that same subject over and over and over again. Because if, for example, if you come to a physical class, the teacher comes up, teaches class 20 minutes, and that is gone for life. But what if we have it recorded so that the child can look at that very particular subject like 10 times or 20 times? You understand? Before you know it, that child will start to see the simplicity of mathematics. So the application, like Mr. Joshua knows about it. We've come to their school, we've installed it, and we're trying to get the students to start loving it, because repetition is the next angle. The moment we get us kids entered into it, we will even put rewards. Look at this subject 10 times, and we'll give you XYZ reward. Something like that, because repetition is powerful. If you put it there, that's why you see, I'm sorry if the Muslims, I don't know, I stand to be corrected. When their children goes for, I think it's a Marjorie or their class, they repeat a particular script over and over and over and over. Before you know, it becomes part of their life. If we can make mathematics become that, before you know it, we'll have a lot of children see maths as easy as anything. So, Mr. Hassan.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Richmond. Wow, that's a wonderful submission from you, and I'm so glad that you're able to make it this evening. We keep our discussion on. Now, I think our time is already 10 minutes far away from where we ought to stop. But then, before we begin to wrap it up, we are looking at starting from the cradle, starting from a lower age, because some of the things that some of us are saying is above some of those that are within the junior, primary level, all those things. Now, the question is, how, and I want to direct this to Prof. Prof, please, are you still there?
Yes,
That
I'm
should
there.
be less. Yeah, just be as brief as possible, please, sir. How? Because one of the issues you talk about training the trainer, which is the teacher, is how can a primary school teacher, break it down within the classroom, you know, um, making the students to understand, from a cradle for them to start loving this thing. How do we do that? How do we break it down within the classroom? I don't know whether my question is understood.
Yes. At primary school level, teachers are expected to use illustration, physical illustration, objects to make as examples to pupils, because at that level, the children are able to comprehend more of things they can see physically. They are not expected to be taken into the level of abstraction. So, but unfortunately, in many of our schools today, in fact, don't even talk. We can't even talk about public schools. Even in some private schools, teachers are not equipped with necessary equipments and facilities. This is very important, and teachers can manufacture equipments or tools themselves. There are gadgets they need. Even with the adventure of the computer, how many primary schools have laptop, have desktops that are working, even at the desk of the teacher? So there are many ways teachers can make illustration for pupils to understand. The use of cartoons is another option. So many things to say, but because of time. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Prof. Thank you so much, Prof. Now, also, in addition to what Prof has said, the real life mathematics, what we do is to build social bridge using mathematics. That is why going ahead this year, like our next webinar is coming up, please. I would like us to attend. It's coming up by March 14th, and that's going to be mathematics and hope. Let's find out how does mathematics create hope. That's International Day of Mathematics. And also by June, is that June or July, International Day of Environment. We'll also be looking at how does maths connect to environment. And we want to also make that a project base. So please, if you are a school teacher or anyone, we need your collaboration so that we can see how to, if you are really concerned about this change that we have talked about, so that from a little age within the community of the learner, they can begin to apply some of these concepts, at the foundational level. It's talk about concepts, understanding this concept, and then transferring it in you solving problem within their vicinity. And on September, we'll be looking at International Day of Peace. We'll be talking about mathematics and peace, which we do every year. So this is what real life mathematics does. I want to say a very big thank to every one of us who has made it a time for us to be in this evening's webinar. I want to say a very big thank you. I don't know, before we cut the call tonight, if there's any of us that have one or two things to contribute, please raise your hand, and we can just say that quickly before we start wrapping it up. Sorry for taking 15 minutes into our time. I wanted us to start by 7, though we didn't start as early as we wanted, but I don't want to delay us much. Okay, do we still have any question or contribution? Yeah, Mr. Dr. Hassan. Dr. Hassan, yes, quickly. We can chip in one or two things.
Yes, sorry for just a brief.
Yes.
More attention.
I don't know, your line is breaking. Whether I'm the only one or other
The
people
area.
is happening to them. Okay, yeah, I can hear you now.
So I said, in order to create this more interest for students, both at higher institution, those at secondary school, primary school, I think if you can create
If you can do what?
create a debate forum of maybe material.
Mass debate. Good.
Because I was told one day, I was not.
Si nimeingia tu, kazi yangu ni kusikiza. Takuambia naona nikichaji simu.
Dr. Asai, your line is breaking. We can't hear you any longer. Please do that briefly. Or if it doesn't, we can send it to us to the chat box. But go ahead.
Okay, so I English and they called me on to come and say, wow, teachers, I went to the hall and I saw their debate and I told them, look, mathematics cannot be compared with English. Everybody started shouting this, that. They are communicating because of this. Okay, that's okay. What is the official language in China? Is it English language? They said no. I said go there. They said no. I said what is the official language in Japan? Is it English language? They said no. I said go there. They said no. They study mathematics over there. They said yes. I said thank you very much. I'm done with my debate and that's all. And people, in fact, many students make it.
Okay, Dr. Hassan, you cannot, your mic is not, okay, because of our time. Dr. Hassan? Dr. Hassan?
Yes, I'm listening.
Oh, yeah, sometimes we can't hear you sometimes. I think it's the network. Okay, it's okay. Thank you for your submission. Miss Angela Mulinge, thank you. All the way from, can we know where you are joining us, Mrs. Angela? Miss Angela, yes. Wow.
No, I don't think she's talking to us.
Unfortunately, we don't have interpret. I didn't put over this. All right, thank you so much. Okay, now at this point, I think we will be calling it a bit. I want to say a very big thank you, and we look forward to having more impactful moments because we are looking at beyond the webinar. How do we begin to have impact within the society? Because real life mathematics initiatives is not just an educational initiative, it's also a social initiative. That's why we also engage in social activities. Please, we need more partnership, we need more collaboration, intellectual collaboration, financial collaboration, and so on and so forth. But we need. Yes.
Let me just use the opportunity to welcome a good friend of mine, Engineer Opale Eshion. Remember when we were in school together, we used to do mathematics time from
wow.
the US.
You're welcome. All right, thank you, Prof. Thank you so much, Prof, for bringing. Thank you, Mr. Olusegun Opale. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Looking forward to for greater collaboration. And that's what we can do together more to ensure that we drive this social change using maths. Because also we are looking forward within the year. Since also this is an election year in Nigeria, mathematics and good governance. Because you have to let the students see all through where maths is applicable. All right. So on this note, I want to say a very big thank you. In case you want to get to us, I think with the information, I don't know whether is our WhatsApp link in that link. Okay, let me just, here is our flat group number in case, I'll drop it on the chat box now. Okay, so please you can chat me up without them. We keep our discussion on. And in case also you want to reach to Mr. Richmond, you can also chat me up on that. All right. On this note, I want to say very big thanks. Thank you to my team, to Real Life Mathematics Initiative team. Thank you, Prof. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Joy, all the way from Kenya. Thank you, Mr. Nelson, all the way from Kenya. Thank you, Blessing, all the way from Zambia. Thank you, Ivy, all the way from Rwanda. And also those that's also some of my colleagues in school programs, global school programs. I think that's where Angela came from. Far away, but I don't know the particular country anyway. And also every other one that has been listening and following. I want to say a very big thank you. We wish to have more of you. Till we meet again next time. God bless you. Have a very wonderful day. I want to say happy International Education Day. Goodbye and God bless you.
Thank you so much. Good night. Thank you.
Right.